What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Pretty excited today. I've been wanting to ride this area for a while. This is WALLACE area, and there are a lot of trails around that go pretty high in elevation. A little bit different terrain than what's in the southern half of the state. Yeah, so last night I got to bed around 2 a.m. and got up this morning around 6. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little tired today for sure. I'd rather rub against a rock than to fall off the edge. I don't think I've seen these red ones before. Big broadleaf. This is some deep, foresty, broadleafy kind of trail. This is exactly what I came here for. Really tight single track. I really think they improved the brake feel at least for 25, because this 24 is very on and off still. The bigger brake caliper, I think that helped a lot. But this clutch is also that way. I'm pretty sure I can fix that up though. The clutch feel could be improved dramatically. Even the terrain coming up here is just really unique, and that's really what I'm looking for. There's a lot of really scenic stuff in Idaho, and just about everything is scenic. It's kind of subjective, but the uniqueness of the St. Joe River is pretty awesome. It's there's a couple spots on the road where it widens out. You've got the river on both sides, and the river widens out to where it's like almost an ocean-y kind of, almost an oceanfront kind of view to it. Pretty cool looking road going through there. And of course, I was driving through there right at sunset last night. Already pretty high in elevation compared to where I started. This trail climbs right up the mountain. It doesn't hesitate. It goes right up here. Kellogg is one of my favorite spots up here as well. And all of this stuff is pretty much right next door to Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is a really cool spot as well. I've only been to Coeur d'Alene once or twice. One of those times I went up to a Graham Jarvis clinic. Got to meet him. That was a really cool experience. really fun. I learned a lot from that. That said, it would be nice to have refreshers like once a week or something, because it's surprising how much you revert back to. Man, so cool. Of course, Kellogg, Idaho is where they hold the Silver Mountain Hard Enduro. I've done that a couple times. When I was doing it, it wasn't nearly as big as it is now. Well, it was huge, don't get me wrong. It filled up, and it filled up the town too. But as far as entries go, it definitely maxed out. And we had Colton Haker showing up, but now you get big names showing up to that, including Graham Jarvis, Billy Bolt, Bettenbickler. Like, you've got all the big names showing up to that, so. And for good reason. It is a really scenic area up here. Overall experience wise, you really can't beat it. Not just for the race, but it's just it's an awesome area. When this stuff is wet, it can really throw you off. Even a section like this can throw you off due to the roots going across it. Roots are really a problem once they get wet. They can be. You just have to watch out for them a lot more. But in current conditions, I can actually hit a lot of these roots, no problem. Gradual climb up through this. The loose rock is not bad. It's not like super difficult. It's just enough to bounce you around, get you jarred up a little bit, loosen you up. This trail, I've noticed, has a lot of jarring edges, whether that's roots or just chopped out spots on the trail. You got rocks, roots, and choppiness, all of which are constantly jarring. A good test to your suspension, for sure. You're good right where you are there, Big Moose. Alright, I just stopped by a lake there and saw a big moose just hanging out in the lake. Those are pretty dangerous. You don't want to mess with them. I stayed at a pretty good distance, but I didn't feel comfortable even at that distance. This is, in fact, the direction I need to go. That would have really hurt if I didn't have my knee protection on. The trail systems up here in northern Idaho can be gnarly. Nobody's getting up this. It's got to be directional. Well, I overheated the bike. I'll let the bike cool down for a little bit here. That was such a gnarly climb.
and garage bays. Oh, he rides all night, full throttle all the time. Oh, he was born to ride. Red Racer, like, comment, and subscribe.